All right, welcome to this lesson 2 in the Scientific Journals and Research Unit. Hopefully you enjoyed learning a little bit about peer-reviewed articles. I'm going to sort of overview a couple more things here and overview the assignment. So once you've watched lesson 1, you're going to kind of know what this is all about. And what you're going to be doing, I'm going to actually open the research assignment that you're going to be completing. But you're going to be completing, let's move this over, I can close this one. All right, so what you're gonna be completing is this research assignment. There's gonna be 3 different papers you're gonna be sort of reviewing and summarizing. So your job is going to be to summarize a little bit about each one of them, not in tons and tons of words. You got 250, be concise. And you're gonna state what research they found, why it was important. You're going to provide a little brief synopsis of what they did, how they did it. State anything that was interesting or surprising to you. And then you're going to learn a little bit about APA citation, which if you're going to university, that is most likely the citation that you will use in the sciences. In the arts, I remember using MLA in Chicago a little bit. But in all my science courses, we always used APA. And APA has a very characteristic look that I'll go over. So because this is anatomy and physiology in BC, Canada, you're going to be doing some research on some of the articles that have been published out here of UBC or out from UBCO, which is where I graduated from. So I know lots of the university professors because I took all their courses, and I remember doing research on their research, and it was very interesting what they were all studying. So you're going to choose one of those, and then you get an absolute free choice. You can choose any paper that you want, and then you're going to look at some sort of like an article instead of a big research paper, and then you're also going to do that as well. So let's jump into the first part. So the first one that you're going to do is you're going to do a UBC academic journal, and then you're going to have your choice, which I'll go over, and then you're going to choose between the narwhal and the science article. So if you go into here, you get to choose one of the following research papers. So you can choose any one of these. Fun fact, this one was covered in Nature, so it's pretty cool. This was just a really big accomplishment for UBCO when it was first founded. I think it's from 1997, so it was a fair bit ago. But Melanie Jones and Daniel Durrell both taught me here at UBCO, which is pretty interesting. So anyway, you could choose this and you could read through it and find out all about what they found and all the interesting things. But you do have the choice between all of these. So this guy is Sohail, who's mentioned in lesson 1, who does the genetic altering. And then there's also, I think it's this one. There's also a lady named, Deanna Gibson, who's also a UBCO prof. So once you've chosen one of these, you're going to read the article, you're going to go through it, you're going to provide a summary. Next, you get your own option. So you get to do anything that you want, and you're going to jump into Google Scholar, and you can literally search for anything in here, something that you're interested in. Maybe it's a disease, maybe doesn't matter. You can literally type anything. I personally, one of my favorite things is the Hectori dolphin. It's the smallest dolphin, or the smallest dolphin species, and it is super cute. So I've always loved it. So if I was to choose this article, I'm going to go here and I want the full article. So this actually doesn't even have the full article, it only has the abstract. I have to buy the article, which I'm not going to do. So I can go to the next one. Let's see, this one's also about the Hectori dolphin. the geographical variation in Hector's dolphins, recognition of new subspecies. This is super cool. So actually, I referenced this paper in a really big research project that I did at UBCO in my 4th year when I was doing my Bachelor of Science in Biology. And the Hector's dolphin, super cool. If you don't know what New Zealand looks like, New Zealand has like 2 islands. And so there's the North Island and the South Island. And so there's actually been like a subspecies of the Hectori dolphin, one in the north and then one in the south. So anyway, this is probably the article that I would choose to do my my presentation or my summary on. So I would open up the PDF, and then this is what I would read through and learn about. So here's the New Zealand. You can see there's a North Island, and then it's the South Island. Yeah, so I personally find this really interesting. If you don't, you can research whatever you'd like. And then after you've done that, I do want you to cite it. So you're going to have to cite all 3 articles that you open. And if you go to the very bottom, here's your works cited section for your APA. And you need to list them in alphabetical order. So that's an important thing once you get them here. So if I were to look at this article, geographical variation in Hector's dolphins, recognizing new subspecies, if I copy that, you can use this BibMe. It's like a cheat sheet for how to do APA citation. I don't think it's a really important thing for me to actually teach you how to do APA citations because now there's technology that does it for you. So I'm going to just teach you how to use the technology. So if you go to the APA citation guide, we are doing a journal, but you can also choose whatever you might be doing. And so if I go to the journal, you need to search the journal article by the title. So I'm going to put it in there, search journal article. Once it pops up, which it does, I just click the select button, and then you click on the final step. All that stuff looks good. Those are the people, and so you hit create citation, and voila, there it is. One of the characteristic APA identifiers is this hanging indent. So what that means is the very first line is all the way over to the left, but then everything else after that is always tabbed. So you can see that space there, and there's always going to be that space. So when you are bringing this over, you can do that. And you can see I've actually been using this website for a bunch of citating. Is that the word? I don't know. So you can see how others pop up. This one's got 4 lines. They all have the hanging indent. Here's the one from lesson 1, the metabolic engineering of essential oils by Sohail, and so on and so forth. So you can see that they all have that look. So that is how you do your citation. And then lastly, you have to choose an article. So you can either choose an article from the Narwhal or you can choose an article from Science. And they're 2 very different journals. So if I open up both of them, Narwhal, Science. So Science is, you learned about it in lesson 1. It's the very famous journal. And basically, if you just go to their website, they actually have a lot of just short articles that you can read about, and you don't have to do a ton of research into them. So Australia, this one says in depth, Australia's vulnerable species hit hard by fires. So you could take a look at this. It just got published very recently, 20th December. This is January 1st. So you could, does it actually give you the view full text? Oh no, this one doesn't let you. Okay, so that's not a good example. Well, let's see. This is a new one. Darkness made visible. Here we go. So you could do it on this article. It's not super long. It's gonna, be fairly concise, and you can talk about what you learned in it. That's if you choose Science. If you choose the Narwhal, this is actually sort of a cool one. This is an article that I read on Facebook from the Narwhal from one of my sciencey friends. and it's on this. It's a photo essay. It's a group of people that went and backcountry paddled to. I'm not even going to say that, but an infamous abandoned mine. So you can see that it's a really cool way of documenting science. So they just, it's a photo journal. You just get to visually see them, go up. And this is way, way up north, where BC borders Alaska. There's a whole article about what they find. So you could choose one of these instead of the Science Journal. And if you want to know more about the narwhal, you can. Oh, there's another good one: Canada's reindeer at risk, also known as caribou. You can find out a little bit more about them if you'd like, about us, and basically they're just non for profit. Um, sort of, I think they're mostly into science. They do other stuff as well, but journalism. And they've got two rules: follow the facts and tell it like it is. So I like that. Um, so in the end, once you've chosen one of the UBC journals, just a random journal from online, and then one of these articles, then you just complete your summary. You provide the 3 APA citations for each one that you chose, and then you're done. You submit it in, and I'll be happy. And I hope this helps you out as you move forward potentially into college or university education. So take care and enjoy the rest of the course.